And now the Marvel Universe is saying goodbye to a real-life superhero.
Yeah, Stan Lee, the Marvel Comics legend, has died at the age of 95. Now, Lee was the mind behind iconic characters like Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, and Black Panther. He also played a major role in creating the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. The writer, editor, and publisher also made cameo appearances in all of the Marvel movies. Sources say Lee suffered from several illnesses, including pneumonia.
And up next here on Action News Today, saying goodbye to a comic legend. Superhero fans around the world are mourning the death of Stan Lee, the man behind Marvel and its most beloved characters. The mastermind behind Marvel Comics has died. The legendary Stan Lee was reportedly rushed to the hospital from his home in the Hollywood Hills this morning. He, of course, created the superhero team, the Fantastic Four, back in 1961, and went on to create such popular characters as the Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Iron Man, the Hulk, the Avengers, and X-Men. Lee is well known for his cameos in each of the films that were made from his iconic comics. Stan Lee was 95 years old.
And breaking news on NBC 10 right now, the pioneer of comic books and the man who brought iconic characters like Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, and Black Panther to life has died. People know Stan Lee as a legendary writer, artist, and publisher of Marvel Comics. He was the visionary behind some of the most beloved comic book characters who found even bigger success in blockbuster Hollywood movies. His career in comics started in the early 40s. He was also a World War II veteran. Stan Lee was 95 years old.
Legendary Marvel Comics co-creator and publisher Stan Lee has died.
I guess one person can make a difference.
Up next, we're going to remember a World War II veteran who was also a real-life comic book hero. He was the singular mind and heart behind the comics and ideas that shaped countless American childhoods. Today, the man who was Marvel Comics, Stan Lee, died not far from here at 95. Here's Lee Cowan.
You can't talk about superheroes without talking about Stan Lee. And you can't talk about Stan Lee without talking about Spider-Man.
I saw a fly crawling on a wall, and I said, gee, what if a guy could stick to walls like an insect? That sounds good. So I started trying to think of some names. Insect Man, nah. Mosquito Man. And then I got to Spider-Man and Spider-Man. Ooh, that sounds dramatic.
The rest, of course, has been spun into history. Spider-Man joined a whole army in the Marvel Universe, from Iron Man to the Hulk to Thor, the X-Men, and the Avengers. Just a few of Stan Lee's creations.
Did you ever worry you were going to run out of characters or run out of superpowers?
No, that never really occurred to me. It was too much fun doing them.
He was as famous as his characters, regarded by comic book fans as one of the architects of 20th century mythology. With the help of graphic artists like Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, his stories practically jumped off the page. But what was different is that Stan Lee's superheroes had flaws. They argued among themselves, they had hang-ups, and they existed in a world we all recognized.
And he didn't shy away from the issues of the day. I mean, you took on war, you took on race relations, you took on drug abuse.
I tried everything that people were thinking of, that I was thinking of, that was concerning people at the time.
Then there were the Marvel movies.
Did it work?
Lee made cameos in almost every one, even into his 90s, but never gave retirement a thought.
I guess one person can make a difference. Why would I want to retire from it?
How lucky can you be? Excelsior!
Stan Lee leaves behind a fanciful landscape for all of us, where good triumphs over evil, where outcasts have a home, and where adults can be kids again. Lee Cowan, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And this evening here, celebrating an American original, from Spider-Man to the Hulk to Black Panther, the Marvel Master. When here in California and really across the country tonight, celebrating an American original, the man who brought superheroes to life by making them human, the Marvel Master, Stan Lee. Here's ABC's David Wright.
The Fantastic Four, the Incredible Hulk, the Amazing Spider-Man, not to mention the X-Men, the Avengers, and Black Panther.
My son, it is your time.
A diverse group of heroes with one thing in common. Stan Lee, writer, editor, and publisher at Marvel Comics. Lee's big innovation to give these larger-than-life heroes human flaws. His boss was skeptical at first.
Stan, he's a hero. Heroes don't have problems. That's why they're heroes. That shows what I knew.
But those characters now rule at the box office.
The movie versions are getting better than the comic book version.
Name? Stan Lee.
Like Hitchcock, he loved his cameos, bringing himself or the hero down to earth.
Are you Tony Stank?
Yes, this is Tony Stank.
Or reminding the hero what the point is.
I guess one person can make a difference.
Stan Lee was 95, the pantheon he leaves behind immortal.
And our farewell to the man behind Spider-Man, X-Men, the Hulk, and Black Panther. Tributes pouring in tonight for the legendary Stan Lee. Tributes are pouring in for an American icon, Stan Lee, the comic book visionary behind Spider-Man and the legendary universe of superheroes, has died at the age of 95. Harry Smith now with Lee's lasting imprint on American culture.
Stan Lee was the man. He created or co-created most of the roster of Marvel Comics' pantheon of superheroes. Spider-Man, the Hulk, the Fantastic Four, X-Men, Iron Man, and more. Each a kind of outsider with a very believable inside.
It's no fun reading about somebody who's perfect. You want to read about people that you can identify with because we've all got problems and we're all flawed.
Marvel Comics started in the early 60s. Lee and his collaborators were risk-takers, writing their characters far beyond the range of their comic book rivals. The brand would grow so attractive, Disney purchased it in 2009 for $4 billion.
I never freeze.
And since then, Marvel movies and franchises have dominated the superhero world.
My son, it is your time.
Lee, like Alfred Hitchcock, put himself in many a film.
Name? Stan Lee.
And in the end, Lee couldn't help but marvel at his success.
I still sometimes have trouble believing it because all I was doing was trying to just make a living. So all I was doing was having fun.
Enough said.
Harry Smith, NBC News, New York.
As we remember another comic book legend, Stan Lee.
I don't consider that I'm working. I'm playing.
Well, check out this sweet shot of him and Marvel creator Stan Lee at a fan convention last January. Now, it's a very sad day for the Marvel Universe because we have learned Stan passed away today at the age of 95. Nance.
Yeah, certainly a sad day, but what a legacy is left behind. I always look forward to those cameos he makes every Marvel movie.